Hey, what's up? This is Garda Trace. Well, the Grand Priest has said it. In Dragon Ball Super, episode 81, it has been revealed that the Tournament of Power is going to be a free-for-all. All participants will be in the arena fighting all at once. And the objective here is not knocking out your opponent, it's kicking them out of the ring. So, essentially, this is the Royal Rumble. This kind of answers a question that a lot of us were having about the tournament, because of course what we originally thought was that it was going to be your standard tournament. Everyone is, we have different rounds where different participants from any of the random universes are fighting. Now, one thing that we were saying about that was, that's gonna take a while, because that means every episode's gonna be different rounds. It's gonna be non-stop fighting. Round one, round two, round three, and the rounds would just go up so high due to the sheer number of participants. So what we found out is that it's not gonna be a bunch of rounds. It's not gonna be a series of matches. It's going to be just one match to determine the fate of all of the universes. But we are not going to be including universes 1, 5, 8, or 12, because they have a high mortal level. What exactly is a mortal level? Like, wow, we have another scale. Like, we have another power scaling thing. It's like, does Dragon Ball really need that at this point? It's like, can we please just stop this power scaling thing? So now we're rating the universes on the entire universe is on how strong its inhabitants are on a scale now. It's like, seriously, come on. Enough power scaling. Dragon Ball Super has already fucked power scaling in the ass, so just please stop the power scaling bullshit. Now, onto the tournament itself, how it is set up. So, now, one thing that we, of course, thought was how it's going to be round. So, one thing that would mean would be that the Tournament of Power, if it was going to be your typical tournament, that would mean that it would last an incredibly long time. It would take a long ass time to be able to, go through everything. Because we would have to get into each individual round, and that would take a long time. Like let's say if it would have run the normal way, that means the Tournament of Power, on its own, that whole arc would be as long as Dragon Ball Super has been from the Battle of Gods arc to the Future Trunks arc. But nope, we see that's not the case. So, alright. That whole thing is out of the window. However, something else has crept up in it. There's another thing that I think may be a huge issue with this. There's going to be too much going on. There's going to be way too much going on. It's like, it's going to be a whole bunch of characters in one stage, everyone fighting. Just punches being thrown every which way. When we have all of these characters occupying the screen, it'll be very hard to focus on anyone, really. Because it's going to be everyone fighting all at once. Now, one issue with that is none of the characters, from the other universes, or even from Universe 7 for that matter, is going to be able to get a lot of individual screen time. Because that's one major issue with this Universe Survival arc. There's already a shitload of characters being introduced with the Gods of Destruction, Angels, and Supreme Kais alone, but on top of that, we're going to introduce 10 fighters each from 8 of the 12 universes to take part in this tournament. Not even Bleach would go this far with introducing this many characters at once, and introducing shitloads of characters at once is what Bleach is all about. A whole shitload of characters are gonna be introduced, and they're basically gonna be a huge amount of cannon fodder, essentially. So it's like, you know, you have like just the sheer number of characters occupying the screen all at once. How is any character really gonna get their moment in the limelight when there's so many characters that would need the limelight as well, and they're all occupying the same space? We can't really do it through, like, let's say, like dialogue or monologue, because when you think of the setup of this tournament, that's not gonna allow that. You know, it's so many people, everyone fighting every which way. Ain't gonna be no time for your like internal monologues or dialogues going on. Everyone's swinging punches at each other, and it's like pretty much they'll swing a punch at the very next person they see. So while you're focused on one guy and thoughts are going through your head, you got knocked the fuck out by somebody you didn't even see coming. Now the thing about this fight is, way it could play out, it's such, this whole setup kind of reminds me of the whole final fight during the Avengers Age of Ultron. Remember when all of the Avengers were gathered into one place, and then Ultron and his army of robots all gathered in, came storming in, and then the Avengers were kicking their asses every which way? Now don't get me wrong, this scene is definitely badass, but when it comes right down to it, how do you keep track of who is kicking whose ass? There's just too much. That's too busy. The animators are gonna really have their work cut out for them, because, well, you know, it's just it's too busy. Because, you know, you're gonna have, of course, the main like individual fight may be focusing on, but there's gonna be a lot of shit going on in the background, and we're not gonna tolerate just seeing, you know, still figures in the back while we're focusing on this. It's like, no, there's going to be a lot of movement going on, and I'm not gonna I'm personally just not gonna accept just seeing, you know, the back, any characters that's not currently being focused on just kind of still, or maybe just having very limited movements. It's like, come on, that's stupid. That's why I feel, okay, this tournament, while it gotten rid of, like, you know, the issue that so many individual fights are going to happen to the point where it's going to be as long as any of the arcs of Dragon Ball Super has been, like, all together. Like, pretty much, this could essentially have been, you know, the second half of Dragon Ball Super if it were to play out in the way we thought it would have. But instead, we're going to have too many characters all occupying the screen at the same time. But one thing about this fight that I'm definitely hoping, I hope it won't be anything like in Bleach, where we had the fake Karakura Town arc, and pretty much it was just one arc of a bunch of fights, you know, pretty much happening every which way. And just the entire arc was dragged on really long, and it was just incredibly boring to watch. Seriously, that arc was just one huge bore. And it's, you know, it's one of the reasons Bleach stopped being good. We don't know exactly how this arc is going to play out, but what we do know, of course, is the rules of the arc. It's the Royal Rumble, pretty much. So now we're gonna have to see just how exactly is Toriyama and Toei really gonna pull this off. This has been the arc that a lot of people have been talking is going to redeem the franchise, but you know, redeem is a strong word. This could just wind up being a total clusterfuck, all characters just running at each other all at once. Although one thing you're going to guarantee is that pretty much the majority of them are going to be lining up for Goku. Because, well, Goku's dumbass is the reason that this is happening. But you know what? Even aside from the fact that, you know, Goku started this tournament, he's the reason this tournament's going on, and that the losers of the tournament are going to have their universes erased from existence, it would be smart to go after Goku because, well, he's the strongest of his team. So get rid of him and the others wouldn't be that hard to deal with. Well, get rid of him and Vegeta, more so. But still, when it comes to this arc, it's just a matter of seeing just exactly what they're going to do. I do still have a bit of optimism from this arc. I'm not entirely cynical about it, as this has actually been the most intrigued about Dragon Ball Super that I've been at this point. Only time will tell how everything will all play out in the end. So, what do you guys think of the Tournament of Power being the Royal Rumble? Do you actually like this idea more than it being more like your standard tournament? Or do you think it's just going to be too busy, as I've been pointing out? So be sure to let me know in the comments below. Also like and subscribe for more content to come. If you have any suggestions of videos, follow me on Facebook and Twitter and make your suggestions. So with that being said, that'll be the end of this video. Have a good day, everyone. This is Trace signing out.